Hello, beautiful people. This is Building the Legacy, brick by brick. My name is Gerald Addy, and as I've always said on my channel, I talk about the three aspects of wealth building in no particular order, which is real estate, starting your own business, and of course, investing in the stock market. I wanted to use this opportunity in particular that I've expressed to you all that our family have grown tremendously on TikTok and everywhere else as we continue to grow, in addition to our YouTube family as well. And so I've received many questions from a lot of you as we continue to grow and build our family and build a legacy together, brick by brick. I understand that it's essential that we have some understanding of who we are. We're learning each other. And so I received a lot of questions from you all, and I wanted to take the time to answer some of these questions so you can get to know me better, and so that we can continue to build a legacy brick by brick. All right, so with no further ado, let's jump right into some of these questions here. The first one here says, how did you get to America? All right, what a great question. Interestingly, for me, I am originally born and raised West African, Liberian. So coming to America, I came to America on a refugee status. The country that I came from in particular, what I mean is Liberia, we had a long period of war. And so coming to America, because of the war in Liberia, created an avenue for my people to resettle into a more stable country, which is where this resettlement program came about. And my family and I were able to be one of the people who were blessed to have that opportunity to go through a refugee camp process and later on resettled to the United States. So I came to America as a refugee. All right. Let's see the next question here. What ethnicity do you belong to? Well, I think I partly answered that question, but I'm going to go a little bit in depth. The truth is, I am born and raised Liberian. I'm from West Africa, Liberia. But my family in particular, from my father's side, our history dates back to Ghana, meaning my last name, Addy, is a Ghanaian last name. So I have a lot of family in Ghana, my father's brothers, uncles. I have extended family in Ghana, close members of my family that are in Ghana. So not only am I born and raised Liberian, I also have a Ghanaian heritage, which coincides with my last name, which is Addy, or Addy, like they say in America. Okay, let's see the next question here. Relationships. Ooh, am I in a relationship right now? Now that's a sweet one. That's a very interesting question. Well, the truth is I'm single. I'm single right now. Relationships can be complicated at times, and I'm single right now. Pretty much, I'm single right now. But hey, in due time, applications out there to find the one. But I'm single right now. Okay, next question. Let's see. Okay. No, next question. If I'm married, I'm not married, but I have been married before. I was once married, which is where my two children come from. I was married for 5 years with my ex-wife, about 9 years, have 2 children. And so, yes, I've been married before. All right, next question here. What are some of the difficulties you have been through since you left Africa for America? Now, this one is a big one. That's a big question. Because when I think this is specifically about my transition to America, and other things, maybe my personal life. But when I think of my transition here, even to be able to speak the way I do, coming from Africa, where I come from, to America, it was a shock. I mean, from snow to not really understanding what people were saying, having to get a hold of the language barrier. It was a lot that I had to work through. And I'm sure a lot of Africans like myself can agree to this. In addition to that, you have to learn a whole new economy, a whole new system, how things work. So everything in that transition was difficult, especially being able to understand the society, being able to pick up the language and be fluent in speaking. All of those things were very, very challenging. To also forget college, going to college was challenging for me. High school was challenging because when I came here, I had to jump right into in the schools in America, it's a lot of reading. They give you a lot of homework. And where I come from in Liberia, we didn't really do a lot of reading. And I struggled trying to have to read so much, and it took a lot of additional effort to catch up with the other guys who were kind of ahead of me with reading. So that's some of the difficulties I faced. In addition to that, also, I would say that getting my first career job was very, very, very challenging. And then being able to create a career after that, creating a career after that was also very challenging. Is to be able to scale your career and watch yourself grow over time, so you don't become static or fall along the wayside. So those things were very difficult for me as well, creating a career. Okay, let's see here. Accomplishments. Well, accomplishments was some of the accomplishments I've had. Well, there's a lot of them. I've been grateful to God. I got a college degree, thankfully. Okay. These days we don't care about college degrees anymore, I guess. But anyway, I have a college degree. I've been a licensed financial advisor now for approximately 10 years. In addition to that, I am an investor here in Atlanta. I invest in real estate. I own a few properties. Also, I'm a YouTuber, and of recent, I've become a major TikToker. My account has grown exponentially. Thanks to God for that. But those are some of the things I've done, in my life personally, and not to forget the accomplishments of having 2 beautiful children that I'm the father to. So, yes, those are my accomplishments. Let's see the next question. I think this might be the last one right here. This one and another one. What are you proud of yourself most of achieving? Now that's a great question. That's a great question. My most proudest moment in my life thus far, at this current moment, I can't. This is not. I'm removing my children as an option. Having my children, obviously, but my most proudest moment would have been how I handled the most difficult situation in my life to come out with the grace of God first, because I can't take all the credit, but how I was able to manage that situation and come out by God's grace without any blemishes and be able to pick up the pieces and still have an opportunity to keep going and going strong in my life. I think that's the proudest moment for me. And I'm going to expand more on that experience in particular and why it's the proudest moment for me, a little later here in other videos. But those of you who have been following my channels here, following me on social media, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Building a Legacy Brick by Brick, and you would understand why this is the proudest moment of my life thus far. It sure is. Okay, last but not the least question here that they have for me. Do you appreciate God and why? Woo, that's got to be my favorite question. Last but not the least. Well, yes, I appreciate God. And why, in a nutshell, is everything. Everything. I'm here today. I'm speaking to you. I have an opportunity. I'm here today. I have risen above a lot of difficult situations in my life that this video wouldn't be long enough to encompass. But as you continue to subscribe to my channel, as we continue to get to know each other better, and you subscribe to my TikTok, my Facebook, my Instagram, over time, we will get to know each other better. And there'll be a lot more information I'll be sharing with you so you understand more about me as we together build a legacy brick by brick. I love God because He's the representation of everything in my life. Where I've come from, where I am right now, and where I'm going. Everything in my life represents the grace and the goodness of God. So my life is a testament, and there's nothing else I can really say. My life is a testament, and I'm grateful that I'm able to share my story with you all, share my life with you all, and then, like I said, build a legacy with you all, brick by brick. Thank you very much. Addy. Don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned. Let's go.